I'm looking up the airstrip here. It's February 10th, and this is the front of the airstrip. As you go straight up, this is where the plane came in. Right about where that woman's walking across the strip up there, the airstrip flattens out and goes on for about another 3/4 of a mile at pretty much a flat rate. Up right here, it's a pretty much of a slight incline. This is the side of the airstrip coming down. I'm going to hit Chris here in a second. Yes, there he is. There's Chris.
We're in Zaire.
Yeah, we are. And this is the airstrip. There's the plane that we came in on, and it's parked outside of the hangar. The background you see there is the garage. The garage comes right off the airstrip.
That's where Twyla's dad works.
And that's where my dad works. And right there is the hangar. I'll back up a little bit here. Okay, I'm going to back up a little bit here and show you actually I think I'll move forward. And you can see probably there's an airplane inside the hangar there. The hangar is big enough for one airplane.
Let's start walking towards it.
Okay. There's a guard that always sits up here by the airplanes to kind of protect them and just make sure that everything's hunky-dory. Nobody steals anything. There's also a radio up here, I believe, that in case anybody calls in, he can come get whoever's appropriate.
What's the temperature right now, you think?
It's probably about 85, 90. And it's 9:30, so it'll probably get up to about 95 today. It's been pretty.
It's Sunday, that's why we're wearing nice clothes.
Kind of nice clothes.
Kinda. That's the hangar, and on the back of the hangar, they're building a cold storage shed right now. Working on extending the hangar back.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen that either.
But it's supposed to be around here somewhere. But it's new. It's supposed to be finished.
Back of it, I think so.
It's supposed to be finished by the end of today. I mean, sorry, excuse me, by the end of this month. Okay, and there's the other plane.
Okay, let's take a walk down by your house. Bye.
Okay, we're gonna go down the back path, which is this is the direction we came in a couple days ago. We're kind of backing up on our itinerary here, just to kind of give you an idea of the exact path we took. Hopefully, it'll give you a better idea of what the station layout is. This can get kind of hairy right here. They about every 2 years they have to fix this little hill here coming down from the hangar into the back path.
Yeah, they drive trucks up here, right?
Yep, trucks, motorcycles. This is a good way to get up to the airstrip on a motorcycle. Okay, we're coming down on our right over here. This is kind of a forest type of thing. Mom and Dad's farm is in there. And on this side over here, you can see the trucks. That's the rest of the back of the garage. And we're coming down a short little back path.
They use some of these old trucks for parts for the new trucks.
Yeah.
Some of these old broken down trucks back here.
In fact, I think all of these are broken down. They need to get them out. Eventually they probably will.
There's some of the trucks they're working on here.
Yep. Actually, I think this Leyland right here, that baby's done.
Is it?
He's an old one. Yep.
This to our left here.
This is the building we saw kind of from the airstrip.
That's the carpenter shop.
Yep. And one of the head carpenters came down to Chris and said that he wanted him to come up and do some stuff.
And a little bit slower.
Okay. Are you right? I'm sorry.
I did the same thing.
Okay.
What's this in here?
This is just kind of a compound. They keep empty barrels, a little bit of extra fuel, oil stuff. Yes, these are gas bombs. Oh, move, Connie. Chris, you're right in the camera. There you go. Those are gas bombs, and they use those before we had 24-hour electricity. We had to have propane gas in those, and that's what ran our stoves. But now these are probably all empty. The outlying stations still use those, but since Karawa has 24-hour electricity, they don't have to use them. This is our coming down from the garage to Mom and Dad's house.
This is the back of the house.
Yeah, this is the back of the house. That's a bougainvillea bush right there, and that's the storeroom.
To our right here is the farm.
There's the farm. Is Yuli there? No, they can't see Yuli right now. We'll go in and see Yuli, who's the big European goat, later. That's one of the Century's fires. And here's the day watchman coming in. He's gonna cook up a mbote.
Mbote.
He's gonna cook up he's got a breadfruit there. He's gonna cook it in this fire right there. Except for you can't see it because Chris is in the way. There you go. Now you can see it. And we'll probably have it for lunch. Dad's gonna boil some, but we'll probably have some on the fire too. And that's the farm.
I don't know if you can hear this, but we'll be quiet. And if you hear, we're right underneath a rose apple tree, and the bees are all in there because the rose apples are in bloom. Actually, bugs have not been too bad here. I haven't really gotten bitten a lot or anything. hardly at all.
Last night was a little bad when we went into the farm to feed the goats. We lost a baby goat yesterday. He was just a little bit too weak, but that's okay because we want to keep a strong strain. This is the clothesline. We don't use dryers out here. We hang our clothes up on the clothesline after we wash them. Tomorrow we have a washing day, and Chris will get pictures of us doing laundry in the wringer wash machines. And this is the back of our house. Scoping along here.
Up on those platforms there, you see the reserve water supply. They get water from the water pump, but if that should run out, then they use that as a reserve water supply, and they also have underground some more.
Right
water.
there is another. It's called a cistern, and that is what fills up from rains. And then when we are really low in water, we pump the water from the cistern up into those 3 barrels. And when we go into barrel supply, it's major conservation time. You have to be really careful because once those barrels empty, you have to pump up from the cistern again. If the cistern goes empty, you're at the mercy of rain.
We're out here now during the dry season, and this has been a very wet dry season. They haven't even had to, shut down the dam,
at all.
Hydroelectric dam.
In fact, we've had 2 rains since we've been here in 3 days, which is really unusual.
But the rains are really short. It's not like it rains all day. It's rained both times in the morning before we ever woke up. It just rains for maybe, I don't know, a half hour.
Okay, we're gonna go up on our back porch here and take you inside the house. Do you want to pause it or do you want to take it through? Chris is going to take you through since he's...
I'm going to take you through and show you their house. This is the back porch.
Let me know from your way.
The other day we were grinding meat out here from the cow that was butchered.
Want to show them the papayas?
Okay, these are some fruit that people have brought over. And
that's a papaya. It's a fairly large one. You never see them this big in the States. And then we have our pineapple. Of course, I love that. And bananas. Oh, we'll have to show you the banana stock, how we get our bananas. What's
and there's
that?
Pathormlum.
Passion fruit. Have you seen the passion fruit vine?
Oh, yeah.
When you go out by the orchids, you can see.
We'll see the passion fruit vine.
Okay.
Okay. Oranges.
It's flourished.
And we keep fruit in here. Do we that?
Sometimes, yeah.
Right now, it's just kind of garbage. That's right.
Let's go take a walk through the kitchen here.
Okay, we'll take it to the kitchen, then we'll come back out here and show them the back of the house, the rest of the rose apple tree.
Sure. Okay, now we're entering through the back of the house. There's Mathormblum.
Hi.
And there's the kitchen.
The ceilings are how high in here, Dad? We were trying to figure this out last night. 14 feet? 11 feet?
12 feet probably.
12 feet?
I suppose.
The high ceilings keep the...
3 meters.
3 meters? Okay. The high ceilings keep the, keep it real cool. This is my 3-legged cat. She's a wonder. She's really nice. Say hi, Peppy.
Okay, now we're going to walk through this door and into the dining room.
The refrigerator and the stove are now electric due to the 24-hour electricity from the Zulu Hydro project.
Okay. This here is the dining room. All the rooms in here have very high ceilings.
Let me just show you. I'm going to step in here for a second.
Sure.
This is a mahogany piece. And this piece, and this piece, and this piece here all came out with my grandparents when they first came out back in the 30s. Super, super heavy stuff. You can barely lift it. One person. You have to have like 2 people lift to move this stuff. It's really heavy, but it's real durable. We make our own chairs out here. They have to make them, and they put like wicker on the center, which makes it real cool. You have too much padding and stuff, it gets too hot.
There's the telephone system.
Yep, it's CDs.
They can only use shortwave radio. They cannot use. They only have one. What is it? Ham radio on the station.
It's not even on the station. It's down in Chassa. It's down in the
So
capital.
what's the one at the communications?
Oh, that's not a ham. That's a short. That's a shortwave. These are
Shortwave.
CBs.
These are
Short-
CBs for very short. Just calling around the mission, and then there's a shortwave for calling around to the different mission stations.
Right, and there are scheduled broadcast times for those, and each station has a certain number. And like for instance, Karawa, where we're at right now, is 92, and we'll use 92, and that's our call number.
Those little vents are for exhausting the hot air. The reason for the high ceilings is to keep all the hot air goes up to the high ceilings, and then those vents will hopefully exhaust that hot air. Now we're going to go into this is an addition on the house, a little back porch and an office, which we're going to look at, which were added by Twyla's grandfather.
No, actually, this was added by Dad.
Oh, really?
When Dad was a little boy, it was all open. You could roller skate all the way around.
Yeah, I thought your grandpa added this, so the office,
No.
and your dad added the bathroom.
Well, I don't know when the office was built, but this enclosure was built after I graduated from high school.
Okay. Okay, this is the sewing room now. Now we're going to go into the office. This here is the Thornbloom office.
Let's go to the living room too.
Okay.
You don't want to get too bogged down because always people are going to get bored.
There's their computer and... Okay. We're going to take a walk out of here now and go into the living room. Back to the dining room. There's the kitchen. And there's the living room.
And the chairs are a little bit out of sorts here.
There's their television.
Televisions are rather new. We've only had them the last couple years.
There's a little alcove, and there's the front door to the front of the house.
We'll go out there in a second.
So you can see the different type of artworks and stuff available here.
Yeah, we should have gone all the way around the house first and then taken care of the whole back porch and then come in and go out there.
Yeah, well, we'll get it. Okay, now we're going to go in through the hallway. To our left, that door to the left is back in through the kitchen. Okay, and to our right is where Twyla and I are staying. This used to be Mark's room.
And the bed's not made.
And the bed's
We had to get up real quick this morning, so
yeah.
it's a mess, but hey, we're on vacation, right?
There's our messy room.
Honey, you don't need to get too much of this messy room.
There's me.
Okay?
Okay, let's head back over.
It gets dark down here, we'll see. Here we go.
Okay, there's some pictures on the wall in this hallway. There's a door that used to be the Twyla's room, but now they use it as a pantry, and the entrance is from the outside.
It's basically a food storage. It's a food store for the mission. And that's the bathroom straight down the hall. You don't need to go in the bathroom.
There we do. Hey, everything.
This is Mom and Dad's bedroom.
And you're gonna love the what is that? That wall unit that's been built in here. There's a bed. And there's the wall unit and storage and dressers and stuff. Okay. I'm just going to show you a quick glance of the bathroom, which was added on after they put in the running water.
Which was in 1969.
And there's the shower. And there's a door, entrance door outside. Okay.
Well, do you want to go out the bathroom door here and then come back in the bathroom door, or go back down out and go out the front? Let's do
Or,
it.
which exits on the side of the house. That's
We'll
where we
take
had
you
walked
out.
up earlier.
Let's take them out and show them
The barn?
the farm-like area.
Okay, you want to shut that door?
Oh, we'll go.
Okay. There's a, what kind of tree is that, Twy?
That's a bougainvillea.
It's a bougainvillea.
Very tropical. You see it in a lot of, like, I think it's in Mexico, and it's also in like the Virgin Islands. They have a lot of bougainvilleas out there. Remember?
Okay.
And this is a frangipansy tree. I think in English it's franny-panny instead
Okay.
of frangipansy.
Alright.
But the chicken yard. Mom and Dad have chickens. The only way to really get eggs out here is to raise your own chickens. The Africans do have chickens and come with eggs, but oftentimes you don't know how long they've been sitting underneath the chicken, if they're ripe or not.
What's this building here, Twy?
This is a storage area. See if I can get a better view of it here. I'm backing up. Over here is just storage for Mom and Dad. Some of the Africans keep their stuff in there, and that kind of slatted room is where we keep the food for the chickens, the goats, and all the tools. That tree right there is a papaya tree. You'll see lots of those around.
And now the idea of the farm here is what they're trying to do is breed the different animals. The goats out here are really small, and what is the other reason? They're trying to get a European goat.
The
which will give
biggest
milk.
reason for the goat farm is to try to get a goat that can be milked. Yeah, you want to come?
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Chris is going to go get some bananas to feed the goats. But the biggest reason is so that we can get milk goats, so the Africans can raise their own milk goats in the village. So, but before we go in there, we have this chicken yard, which we need to be sure the door closes so the chickens don't get out, because they can't get out until the afternoon. This is just the backyard of our house, basically, is what all it is. And straight through is the goat farm, and we'll go out there. Dad has a very large European goat, which is the father of all these goats, and all of the little white goats are his babies. The brown goats are the African goats, and you can see how different they are in size. Some of them are kind of mean, some are really nice. Yuli, the European goat, my mom and dad raised from a baby, so he is very friendly. That was the goat house there. See if there's any goats in there. Oh yeah, there's a couple babies. And Mama Makasi. Oh, honey, will you come close the door here? We'll leave him in there. Did you close the chicken?
I closed the other one.
Okay. Yuli, come.
I got some bananas for him.
Here comes Yuli. He's a big white goat. You can see him romping over there. That's the papa goat of them all.
Go ahead, zoom in on Yuli's face, eating a banana.
And there's Chris feeding Yuli. He's kind of the novelty of the station. Little
See,
kids.
These smaller goats are African goats, and they don't give milk, and that's about as big as they get.
Yeah, that's big. That's a full-grown goat. And you can see the size of Yuli, how much bigger he is.
Yuli, you pig.
And he is a pig. He's a rather domineering type of dude. But he's super nice. And the rest of these, some of them are friendly and some aren't. I think that's Mama Makasi right there, which means hard mom. And that's because she's so aggressive that she beats everybody else out. She won't let anybody else eat. Chris, why don't you back up a little bit and take Yuli over there?
This is the rest of the goat farm in here. They love the different leaves and stuff from these trees.
In fact, yesterday
They also love bananas.
yesterday the boy or the guy who works in the yard didn't feed him enough. So when we came out here to see him last night after the soccer game, we had to break down all these rubber trees and give them some food because they were starving. And that was fun.
In fact, if you look over here, you'll see a branch that had been devoured, which we broke
Hi, Yuli.
down from this tree. And this branch has all been devoured.
Yeah, that branch we're coming right out of Yuli's head there. The one goat is rubbing his head on it. That one was totally covered with leaves, and they ate it all last night. So.
Can you take over this way?
Sure, you want to take over? Okay.
Walk around the goat farm a bit more.
What do you think? You're gonna get some more food, huh?
Okay, and now we're gonna go up on the over by where the basic feeding area is for the goats. And you can see there's the fire that we were at before. Now we're inside the goat pen. All the goats seem to be following us because they think we're gonna give them more bananas and stuff. Right behind there is a different kennel, which isn't being used right now.
You're gonna get butted, Chris.
No
Right
kidding.
there.
I thought that was you.
Nope.
Okay, let's walk back through the chicken farm and stuff. You can see there's a whole bunch of goats in here. The white ones are the offspring. And what they're trying to do is develop a very strong...
You already told me that, Chris.
Oh, okay. I missed it. So you understand the project out here.
The next project is Mule. Now Yuli wants to go outside. He's a strong enough goat and a big enough goat that if he really... No, Yuli, no. Yuli, no, you can't do that. Come on. Come on. And Yuli just got out.
Farm.
He decided he wanted to get out, so...
So Yuli got out and he found his way right to the feed. Twyla's father went in there to give the goats some salt. Salt is very vital to them
Yuli, no.
for survival.
Oh, dear.
What's he doing?
He's going after the... Yuli, come here.
Twyla's gonna lure Yuli out with a branch.
There you go. See? What a trick. I got you.
Why don't you feed him back in the kennel there?
Should we take you back in? Can I go back? I don't think he's hungry. I think he just wants to be outside.
No, probably.
Okay.
But he was,
What have you got there for him?
I just had to get him out of here.
He doesn't eat certain
He was attacking Mama's stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I went down
He's spoiled.
there. He sure is, boy.
Okay, let's walk around behind the house.
Okay. Will you just follow us? We're just going to walk around the house.
Okay. You can follow you.
Chris?
Yuri, come. Yuri.
Oh, you saw him.
Here.
Yeah, let's go this way. We don't want to take Yuli by the bananas. The whole rack of bananas are hanging out underneath Twyla's porch, or else he'll eat them all.
down this way, you leave some manioc leaves over there.
Okay.
And then, yeah, you go with Twyla.
Come on, Yuli.
I want to rub up against you.
This is a rose apple tree. Yuli.
Underneath this tree was where they did the butchering of the cow the other day.
Yeah, and this is a very good fruit. We make it's like it replaces an apple really.
It's very different taste than an apple. Might be getting a little dark here because we're in the shade of this tree. Very cool in the shade.
Now this is
Nice.
the back of the house.
Yeah, right
Back
now
of the
we're in
yard.
back of the house.
Take him up while Yuli's not quite close to us, and show him the banana stalk.
There's the banana stalk. See, now we're on the other side of that little cove. Now we're gonna walk around here. This is the garden area, and in these bins here, there's a bunch of like tomatoes and flowers and different types of things growing here.
Don't eat the flowers.
And here's more of a garden. Okay.
We're just walking around the front of the house now to give you an idea of the house, then we'll go down to the station. Can he come on the station with us, Dad, or not? Yeah. Now, if he gets in trouble, how do I lure him?
This is the front yard at Twyla's house. As you can see, they brought in some grass, and they're trying to grow this here. It's a very strong strain of grass, and what they do is they use this as kind of sod. If they need it somewhere else, they cut out sections and it grows in. This is the front yard
What's his favorite thing?
of Twyla's house. There's some more mission houses. And later we will be going to see a village house and different things like that. See that later on tape. This is the front of Twyla's house. The door that you see underneath there was the door in the living room. Okay, back that way is the garage.
We're going to take Yuli with us for at least a little while.
And there's some more mission houses. This is what they call Palm Row.
Palm Lane.
Palm Lane.
Actually, it's
We're
better
right at
picture
the end
this
of
if you come up
Palm
here.
Lane.
And
Okay,
you-
let's go for a better picture. Right here.
Yuli.
I have some pictures of this. Very beautiful.
Yuli's just king of the farm. He gets to do whatever he wants.
Where did Julie go?
He's over here. He's just checking out stuff. Let's go down here, Chris.
Oh, okay. We're gonna walk with Twyla. You wanna take over, Twy?
Sure. You have to keep an eye on him, though. If he starts eating anything,
Okay.
we have to
We're gonna
watch
take
him.
him home.
Are we recording?
Yeah. Let's continue walking and out.
Okay. That's straight down the palm lane. And these trees were planted back in the 30s when the mission station was first started.
They're just babies.
And they were just babies and they've grown since. We're going to kind of walk straight down the station here. If you notice, there's a big, what they call Grand Place in the center. And that's just, it's about the size of a football field.
It's called Bosiba.
No, that's
Oh, no.
Bosemi. Don't say that, Chris. That's bad. I'm not going to say on the tape.
Look down this road here too.
Yeah, and looking down this road is straight down to the village, the post, government of the hospitals down there, the church is down there, and that also has palm trees. In any case, there's a station, the houses on both sides of this big Grand Place area. Up there's again towards towards the water source and more villages. Are you taking him home? Don't pull him hard. Okay. I'm just going to keep walking a little ways here, straight down. As you can see, there's a bunch of different flowers around. It's really fun for me to come back and see the trees, how much they've grown. For instance, that palm tree right there in the center, right in front of that house, is, when I graduated high school, was not more than like 6 feet tall. So, all these houses have names, and this is a new house built within the last 4 years. I'm not sure if they still call it.
That's what he does when he doesn't want to go.
He just kind of lays down, huh?
I noticed that too.
This one, I'm not sure what it's called anymore. It used to be called Entry. And then over here they tore it down because the bathroom fell off. That one was called Middle. What?
Get the kids.
You notice these little kids have are carrying. Look at the age of them. They're probably only about 10 years old. And look at the size of the load on their head.
Mate.
Ozali? Said they're okay. They're just kind of checking out and see what's going on. Look at the size of their water on their head. And most of them, by the time they're about that age, they will be able to let go of their hands and just carry it. Hopefully we'll get some more kids like that in. This is Bosemi. And Bosemi is the guest house here on the station. And it's fairly new.
Hotel.
It's like a hotel. It's the closest thing we have to a hotel. And this house over here is called Biltmore because the architect put 4 bricks more on each side of the house, or 2, something like that anyway. More bricks than he was supposed to on each side of the house. We don't have addresses here, so we just kind of call each other's house a name.
You can't call them by the name of the person who lives there because the
it
person who
changes.
lives there changes.
Each time somebody comes in.
So you name the house. We're walking down Palm Lane and we're heading towards some of my first experiences here were to deliver the mail, which is something they wait for out here desperately. And the mail house is the last house on this street.
Yep. We'll go down there. Right here is the duplex. There's one side, one single woman lives, and the other side, another one lives, and you can get in between the 2 houses by a corridor. So they're not really separate, totally separate from each other. And there's KB. Oops, she's gonna get hit by the bushes there. Hi. How are you?
Looking at tape.
What? Oh, great.
You're in candid camera, Karen.
Folks back home.
Hi. Cool.
You going to church? Which service?
I'm going to French service.
French service.
First I'm going to check the students.
At the nursing school?
Yeah, they're working. Part of it.
They're what?
Some of them are working, so.
So we gotta check. Make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing, huh?
Shall we go?
And that church is down there. You can maybe see it. Right in between the two things there. They have a Lingala service there as well as a French service. So where's the pause button?
You really do?
What?
Who's the camera in there? Oh,
It's full of water.
They're trading. And they hardly spill a drop when they walk, too.
They don't spill anything. I'm breaking my ear.
Shall we continue down by the school?
Yeah, I guess we should.
Where Twy went to school? Lead the way.
We're going to do this after you.
I'm turning now.
We need about 2. Give us a banga on the CD if you want.
You what?
Give us a banga on the CD. So we just drive out there, swim a little.
Are your parents?
Yeah.
When are you going to class?
Tuesday. Yeah, we'll be the Quada, and we're gonna see Tugili and Bo. What's Debo's name? No, Debo's name. I can say it when I see it.
There's what we call a mail house, I guess. I don't know. That's where the mail goes, at least. Notice the quietness out here. Like there are all the trails leading to different places. They call them footpaths out here. Everything's footpaths. There aren't a lot of roads. What we're on now is a road, but there aren't a lot of them out here. And the ones there are, these are about as good as they get. This is probably the best road I've seen out here yet so far that we're on now.
Okay.
Now we're going to continue up the footpath. This is the path that Twyla took to school every day when she was going to school here.
That's the pilot's house.
No, that's the pilot's house. That's also the mail room that I called it earlier. Okay, up this path is, okay, hold on a second. Okay.
Not that you know the difference.
Although we had to just change batteries. And we're heading down a footpath. Back there you can see some sheds and some of the houses.
Those are old outdoor johns. In fact, the smaller one on the right probably is still functional. point out to this tree here that has all the branches taken down.
Mm-hmm.
That's a mango tree. You can get mangoes in the supermarket. We have mango trees all over. In fact, this big tree going over the path is a mango tree too. During mango season, it's terrible because there's mangoes all over the ground. There's flies everywhere because they feast on the rotten mangoes.
Is that another outhouse too?
Yep. Well, not anymore. It used
Not
to be.
anymore, but a
Now-
lot of them are
now
used
it's
as
sheds.
sheds, but they used to be the outhouses before the water was put in.
If I find a good bee, I'll pick it up and show you what they are.
Now this is a classic route to get around. Everything is done through footpaths. There are no real roads or anything like that.
Well, there are roads for the trucks, but the footpaths are used for the people to walk through the station from place to place.
So to go to the store, which is basically the pantry in Twy's house, Twy's old bedroom, or to go to the school, or to go to...
And when we say pantry, it's not like Jewel. It's more like your own pantry. That's about how much food as it has in it out here.
It's just a storeroom.
Yeah. And they have to watch it. They only can give out maybe a bag at a time because they don't have very much stuff. Don't pan too fast. You can point out the banana trees over there.
There any bananas on?
Yeah, there's a banana up at the top there.
Oh yeah, you can see that banana. Let me just zoom in on that.
And what the Africans do when they find a banana tree in their yard or someplace, they cut down the whole stalk, and they don't sell you just 4 bananas, they sell you a whole stalk. They sell it just like when maybe a few of the bananas are starting to ripen, and then by the time you're ready, you've eaten those, and the rest of the stalk is ripe.
Yeah, from what I've heard in a banana tree, that a banana tree is the whole tree is cut down to harvest the bananas.
Well, it doesn't matter because a banana tree only produces 1 stalk of bananas.
So how long does it take to grow a banana tree?
Not very long. I don't really know, but not very long.
A season, or?
This tree here, this really big one. Remember
Yeah.
those breadfruits that Mathieu was holding? He was going to go cook in his fire at the beginning?
Uh-huh.
That comes from this tree. And during breadfruit season, these will just fall out of the tree. And I've walked home on this back path at night, really when it's really dark without a flashlight, and had breadfruits fall right beside me. It really scares you. Here, let me show you another breadfruit.
Here's a small breadfruit.
This is really small. And you just cut it open. Take this what's that? Skin off. And you can cook it up.
Okay, now let's continue down by the school here.
We haven't seen any snakes. We probably won't either.
Yeah, I haven't seen any kind of snakes or anything. My worst fears haven't been realized yet. Okay, now we got a fork in the road here, and oh my gosh, we're lost. Which way do we go?
Straight.
Good thing Twy's with us. This used to be an old path, didn't it? Or is this one?
No, it's up here further.
It's up there further.
When I was a really little girl, we used to have a path. This same back path was cut further into the woods there. And when I was about, probably 8th grade, they cut this path because that one was too wide. There was too much. It was too big. Trucks could go on it, and they didn't want it to be that big, so they let it grow over, and they cut this one.
Yeah, because if trucks go on it, then you got trucks flying through here. Whenever there's a road somewhere.
Here's some. Where you guys going?
Service.
Oh, really? You guys go to 2? Or did you not go this morning?
Anything goes more good.
Hi.
Come on.
Oh, it is only 10:30.
There's the
Those are
dorm.
high school kids, and they're going on to service.
That's the dorm, so I can tell you about that.
Why don't I take over here?
Okay, let's try to. So we're in-
Okay, we're coming right in here onto the dormitory. Right here, I don't really know what they're using this for right now, but it used to be an annex where they kept. No one's living there? Okay. Oh, someone is. And that's the girls' hall, the girls' side of the dorm. The way the dorm is laid out is it's a very, very long building. This side being the girls' side, and then in the center is the kitchen, and the living room, and the dining room. And then on the other side is the boys' side, and the boys live there. This is the basketball court, the cement court. And that's what they call the barn. That's new since I've been here last.
They call it the barn because it's made in the shape of a barn.
Right, for no other reason.
It's actually a workshop for the school.
They keep, yeah, it's actually a shed, work shed. We'll just come down here. I guess I'm panning probably just a little too fast
I
here.
guess it's used as a workshop.
Honey, I don't think they can hear you that far away when you're talking that quietly.
They use it as a workshop for teaching them how to work with tools.
I can hardly hear you. Here's another outhouse.
For school?
Well, they used to have two here, but now I guess they only have one. Because if the water goes down, then you can't use the flush toilets, so everybody has to go use the outhouses.
Also,
That's where the dorm does their laundry. There's their ring of wash machines. We'll come down here, zoom in on those a little bit.
And wow, they got big clothesline.
And they've got a lot of clotheslines because obviously they too don't use dryers. I believe they do have one for rainy days, so that they're not totally inundated with wet clothes. So this is kind of the back of the dorm. There's the living room right there in the back door. The watchman's little house where he stays at night.
Same style as the huts.
Yeah, it's made in the same style except for it has half walls.
And it's shorter, right?
Yeah, it's smaller too.
Is that the weights you used to use for?
Yep, those are the weights I started lifting weights on. If I can get in on them here. There you go. There's an axle. They had better weights too when I was here. They've probably all broken, but they used all those too. Let me stop here a minute, Chris, and yeah. Up there is one of the teachers' houses, and this is just the backyard. That's the chicken yard right there, chicken coop. That's the old shop right there, but now they just use it for storage. That's the new building for 2nd and 3rd grade and 5th and 6th grade. The 5th and 6th are on the right, 2nd and 3rd are on the left. We'll probably go up there a little closer. And there's the beginning of the high school building. Here again is the boys' dorm, and there's the center of the dorm. That's the boys' hall. This is new. They have a playground for the kids. I guess it's used pretty much. Surrounded by banana trees. And there's the school. Let's walk down to the high school.
That's a new building, isn't it?
Yeah, there's actually 4 doors, but the middle section is the library. The high school is in 5 rooms, and this is where I went to school right here. Probably the best bet is to walk down there and look at it straight on from the front of the dorm.
Okay.
So we'll walk down here. I'll take you down and show you the tennis courts and the soccer field, the little soccer field and the big soccer field. But right now we're just kind of arrowing in on the school. There's another rose apple tree and palm trees, of course.
There was a soccer game yesterday against
CB Zaire. They lost.
Point, a last-second goal.
It was a good game. Okay, I'm just kind of letting the camera run here while I get myself positioned.
What are these flowers here?
These are frangipani flowers. It surprised me yesterday when I heard popular music. It's still popular in the States out here. So when I was in school, we were always about 3 years behind in music. Let me just do this. There's the little soccer field. Now I'm panning down right across the big soccer field. Let's see, there we go. And there's the tennis court, the big white spot there is the tennis court. And that's what's now the math room. The far door on the left there. And then the library. Then the English room. Then the French room. And then the science room. When I was a little girl, high school was down there. And this was grade school. And I'm going to let Chris take over and show you the dorm. There's music.
Okay. Let's first walk over. I want to take a look, see if we can see inside the classrooms. You give that a try, honey?
Sure, why not?
Which classroom looks good?
Let's do this one. Actually, no, that's a bad one. It's dark. Let's do this one over here.
Yeah, that's good. So you can see what the classrooms look like here, and the desks. All the furniture, you can understand, most of it out here is handmade out here. Because it'd be too hard to carry it over here.
It's also very old. It's been since before I was in high school.
School is obviously closed today because it is Sunday. We'll go up to the window and see if you can see anything inside there.
Now, I don't know why these desks are in a circle.
Oh yeah, we can see that. Okay.
Okay, should we go back up towards the door?
Yeah. Let's walk down here. I want to just show them the distance, which I think is just incredible looking. We're walking alongside the school here. So you can see back there in the distance is that's where the dorm property ends and the mission property ends. That grass line there is where the mission property ends. And you can even see the roof of a hut from one of the native villages which start up right there.
Oh, this is good. You can see the road down there. Can you see the road, Chris?
Yep.
That's the road that leads out to Quada, which is the lake. It's
Which
red
is kinda
because
like the
it's
resort
red dirt. It's not, none of the roads out here are paved. The kids are back from church now, so they're going to start playing games and whatever till lunch.
Yeah, let's continue that way.
Well, maybe you can get a good view of the dorm from here.
Oh yeah, there's a dorm in full view. Back, we're going to go over to the hospital. What we're going to do is we're going to shut it off and start it up over by the hospital because we're just going to be cutting through a footpath very similar to the one that was when we came here. So we'll pick it up at the hospital, which is back towards Twyla's house.
And
Ananas.
I don't know.
Over here on the road we found
Okay,
some
don't get a picture of them.
harvesting of pineapple plants. There's some new construction in the background.
Now, if you look right here, they don't want us to take a picture of them
Okay.
because they want us to pay. Hold on a second, I'm going to show you the picture. I'm going to show you something though. And I'm not going to pay them for a picture. Right here's the pineapple. This one's pretty small. But on each of these there's pineapples. Not each of them, but a lot of them. Oh, is that ananas na yun?
Ezali ananas biso to lona hang kala kasi baji plus ang yang tolong ba susu titika ba susu.
Okay. He said that these are theirs. They planted them a long time ago, but since the mission has started to build here, they have to take it away. They have to get rid of some of the plants. They're taking away the dead ones and they're gonna leave some of the old ones. Filming. We started up at the top front there
That's
at our
Twyla's
house.
house.
And we shot down to where I said, remember I said Bosemi was down here and that's the motel? Now we're going to go in behind Bosemi and show you a little bit of the hospital. We're not going to take it on a tour of the hospital because things change down here and I don't really know exactly where everything is anymore. Some of the basic stuff like the maternity ward and stuff I can tell you where that is, but the rest of it I'm not sure. So when we go on a tour, we'll take it down there. But I'll show you, we can show you where we went to church today. Because we went to the hospital chapel. And this is just the guest house over here, before Bosemi was built, and I think they still use it as a guest house. A couple rooms.
Much smaller. Now you explain them what Bosemi was?
Yeah, I said it was like a motel. It's for conferences. They've had a couple leprosy conferences in here, and I'm not really sure all the conferences they've had, but they've had several.
Well, that back in the distance is the hospital where we're headed to.
Honey?
What?
You might want to watch your feet a little bit.
Yeah, this is getting a little bumpy, isn't it? What's that laying in the road there?
Okay, you can stop. I'll show you what that is. This is a it's a little basket. And things like onions and potatoes come in things like this. I don't know if that's what came in here this time, but it's made out of bark from trees.
Okay. Well, it sure is hot in the sun today.
Yeah, it sure is.
Is that the chapel we went to today?
Yep, that's the chapel we went to today.
That's the hospital chapel. That's different from the church. There's a church here too. We went to the hospital chapel. That's where Twyla's parents go.
It's a little smaller. It's a little bit, I don't know, a little different. Oh, over here, Chris, this is the nursing school. At least it used to be. For the to train the Zairian nurses. I believe there's two.
Karawa, which is the mission station we're on, is built on a hill. So you'll notice everywhere in the background you'll see, you know, a distant skyline or something like that.
Yeah.
That's a nursing school. And
That's
a road.
one of the wards down there. I'm not sure which ward it is. And I don't really want to go into the hospital because I just don't really know what it is yet. So
Okay.
we'll just give a kind of an overview here.
We're just gonna walk along the road around the hospital.
Yeah. Just kind of panning on people a little bit. When people come to the hospital here, they come and the hospital doesn't have food. If they come to the hospital, family members have to come and cook food for them and bring them food because the hospital doesn't have a food program. So there's always, oftentimes, more than one person here.
The whole family
like the
will
whole
be
family
here.
will be here.
This is all the hospital complex.
Watch out, honey. It's bumpy.
Okay.
Wait, focusing down there on the one with the blue building.
Okay.
That's the maternity ward.
Okay.
And if you focus down through there, on that blue down there, that's like the VIP dorm. If somebody is important or has a little bit more money, then their family can stay in there, can afford to stay in there.
The house you see right there is the old generator for the station before. Oh, why don't you tell them? You know more about it.
Before the hydroelectric plant was finished, we only had lights from like 7 to 10 in the morning and from like 5 till 9 o'clock at night. And that's where the generator is housed. You want to point back to it, honey? That's where the generator is housed, and right now that's where it's housed for reserve supply
For the
hospital in case something goes wrong with the hydroelectric. This
Or
building
they
right-
shut it down sometimes during dry season. They probably use the hydroelectric to keep anyone that needs it running.
This is the pharmacy, right here.
Straight ahead of us, coming up, is the
Main church.
the main church.
And there's the French service is going on right now. Mate.
If we may be able to hear the singing of the choir in the church.
Go straight back, Chris. That house back there. That is the old pastor's house.
To the right?
Yeah, the greenhouse to the right of the church.
Yeah, I got 'em. I'm right up on it.
Okay, that's the old pastor's house. Now if you go up here, this white, brown and yellow house. Mate.
Okay.
That's the new pastor's house. A couple years, I think in 1982 or so. Anyway, early 80s, they built the new pastor's house. So he doesn't live there anymore. Got a much bigger house. You can come a little closer. Oh, I was going to show you these while we had it on. Chris? Oh, I get to go in front of you here, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Focus in on these.
Okay.
These are bila nuts. And all of these palm trees are bila palms. And bila are palm nuts. Bila is the Lingala name for them. They're palm nuts. And if you see, this is the meat of them. And you can make palm oil from this. This is, it's supposed to be really bad for you, really, but the Africans use it a lot, and they don't have a lot of cholesterol and fat in their diet, so it's okay. But they use it for all their frying and a lot of their foods and stuff. You can also take these off. We put sugar on them. You can eat them. Inside of the nut is inside there's like a core, like a pit. And
It almost looks like a acorn.
What's an acorn?
Yeah, it's like kind of an oak nut.
Trying to see here. Hold on a second. I might be able to find one. This one's broken a bit. But that's the inside of it. You can make rings out of these, and inside there's also a nut that the African that we can eat, but like parrots eat it and stuff like that. But they also make palm wine out of this kind of stuff. Okay.
Okay.
Ngay quá nè. Ôi sao mà ba này ngay? Rồi rồi photo oui. I wanted to show you something else, Chris, too. Focus in on my skirt here. See these little birds things? I'm sure you get these in the States too, but just by walking through the grass, I picked these up. Okay.
Did I pick up any?
Yep.
Darn it. Well, now we're going to head back to the house, and later we're going to pick up with some different things. We're going to go on a trip to Zulu and see the hydroelectric dam, and we'll pick that all up later.
And a little later than that too, we'll take a walk down this road right here, and I'll show you the bookstore, and we'll go down to the native market, and that right down there is the workers' village where all the workers at the hospital live, and the garage.
So until later.
Why don't you come over here? Come on. And shoot up this way, and that'll kind of complete the loop.
Okay, there's the road that Twyla showed you earlier.
It goes down to the post and to the government stations.
Okay, and then there's the...
Can you focus in, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
Over there.
Where?
Right in there, that little shed.
Yeah, what's that?
Those are the drums.
Oh, okay. And we're going to show you the drums that they use to call the people to this service. And they play these at night.